Oh hey, it's me again, back to Pokemon Radical Red. And this time we're gonna do some monotype, but I figured the regular monotype was too easy for me. That water type run was like no sweat at all. So I decided to make it more stupid and more risky. We have monotype, but I cannot use evolved Pokemon, which means I just have to use like some babies, perhaps. And to make it even harder, we're gonna use the randomizer mode, randomizer hard mode, by the way. Um, of course, we are not going that far at randomizing ability or randomizing set. That's just too much, man. We have to work with what is basic here, and we have mono babies. I cannot use some one stage Pokemon and call them babies. No, they not being able to evolve doesn't mean that they are babies. Legit have to be babies. Just look a little cup on small one, maybe. There will be some exceptions though. So I have randomized starter, and three of them. Only one is certificated as baby, which is this Pumpkaboo. So I have to take it. I have no other choice. So at this time, you have two choices. Monograss or Monoghost, because this Pumpkaboo apparently has two typing. So I haven't decided yet, at this point anyway. So I think that later on, my first encounter, either grass or ghost, will be the deciding factors. So we continue the game here. Our rival, of course, the first battle is always easy. It teaches something, blah blah blah. And this Zep Striker, by the way, doesn't even have an attacking move, so I just killed it, murdered it. Even though I'm weak, I'm a baby, and it's grown up. And yeah, walk to the route toward Pallet Town. We found a Phantom, and it's so funny because this one is also Grass Ghost, so it's not decided yet. And we have our rival battle here to the left of Viridian City. He led off with some sort of course it's Zep Striker, and you just kill all of them. Yeah, the other one is just cause some trouble. Spark. Obviously, I'm resisting all of their moves because I don't know why he's playing Mono Electric. I maybe he's just doing our challenge, maybe. And yeah, here in Viridian Forest we found a Sandygast. So it's decided. It's Mono Ghost, babies Ghost, and it's kind of funny because this forest has a lot of grass type babies, so could have gone either way, I guess. Next up was Brandon. So Brandon is pretty easy too. My Phantom just like sweep through him, solo him. Oh, and this randomized mode is it's not randomized rival or major battles Pokemon. Anyway, we had right before Pewter City, we caught a Yamask Galarian, so that one to the collection. We got a lot of Pokemon here early on. Wasn't so bad for a randomizer. So we had to fight Faulkner before entering the gym. He led up with Wingull, which I scary face, and then proceed to Astonish a couple of times before I went down. Then I went to Phantom and Branch Poke to death. Just one hit. And next up was the Emolga. I got a leech seed with the help of Oranberry. We will be able to get through the Emolga. Now, this guy actually lost to him like 5 times before this try because I wasn't prepared. So I have to train my Pokemon to 15 again, except for the Yamask, of course. Yeah, it wasn't prepared last time, so with a bit of like preparation should be fine. So I went to Yamask Galarian here, just protect with the help of Leech Seed, and just protect. Then Nightshade, enough to took down the Emolga with half HP left. The final one was Corvusquire, which we have disabled. So we disable is only attacking move, and now it can only Home Claws. And right here we're gonna Leech Seed. Of course, when it is disabled, it's just gonna spam Home Claw, and this is quite dangerous as well because I usually lost to this one, so I had to prey on Confuse Ray. Even when I trained my Pokemon up to level 15, right, I have to still rely on RNG because this is so bad matchup. Why is he having Flying type? Of course he's Fog Nimbus. I know, you know, and all of our ghosts are like Grass type something. Yeah, half of them anyway. So we have Confuse Ray here. Got a little bit of luck after a few times. I was able to get enough Confuse Ray. So now our last member, the Sandy Gas, the Sand Castle, tank an Aerial Ace, and then just Astonish, finish off the Clover Spire with Leech Seed combination with, yeah. Then of course our first gym battle here was against Brock. I would say that this one was always easy, like in every run. I don't know why it was so easy. Even with Dunsparce, like you have Defense Curl and Roll Out. Yeah, Roost stuff, too easy. Against Brock, he led off with Galarian Geodude, and you just hit it. And then the Vulpix came out and incinerate my Orange Berry. Do you have a Sandy Gas here? Sandy Gas, use Sand Tomb, took like half HP down at the Vulpix, and then now you have to go down there, and now you go into the Yamas to protect. I don't know why I went to protect it. I don't know. That's why. Just Nightshade. Just waste 1 PP, I guess. And here's the Vulpix. They're pretty strong, I think, but it was my first try, and I mean, by the look of it, it looked hard, but after you knocked out the Vulpix with like a bunch of maneuvering and scouting stuff, the Geodude and the Onix was pretty easy. Just drain it. Giga Drain, absorb whatever you have here, and knock it out. So, first gym wasn't too big of a deal, I guess. So, on to the guy that I always hate, Rocket Admin Archer in Mount Moon. He led off with Impidim, we led with Sand Castle, Sandy Gas, so we wouldn't get paralyzed by Thunder Wave, and 2-ish KO it with Bulldoze, avoiding getting flinched by Bite, of course. That would be pretty disastrous. Then we have next up Magiana. This one was pretty strong as well. We have to go into Yamask and basically sack it to turn the ability of the Magiana into Mummy instead of Strong Jaw, so my Phantom can tank one hit from the combination of Howl and then Bite, and we was be able to Will-O-Wisp it and then Leech Seed as he howled twice. And here, survive 2 HP, simple, just poke it, took the Mummy ability, no problem. I don't think that matters, so we just gonna went down here. But with the Will-O-Wisp and the Leech, it's pretty enough. That was enough for the Pumpkaboo to come out, and combined with Orange Berry and Mega Drain, we was able to restore enough HP to tank another hit. Of course, with the help of Leech Seed as well. So Magiana went down, and his last Pokemon was Houndour, which actually went down to 1 Bulldoze from Sandy Gas. Yeah, this was like I tried this several times as well, so I also hate this guy for that reason. We take the Hidden Power here, one shot the Houndour. Next up, we have our rival battle first. I decided to take on him first this time because the last time was a joke, because I just took down the gym first and then overlevel him, and yeah, that explains why he's so easy. Not to say that he's hard this time though, as he went into this battle with not Mono Electric anymore. I mean, where's the Emoga and the Depth Striker? Why do we have Curlia and then Staravia? Doesn't matter though. we have Sandygast was the Arabia, and just the Curlia was just so easy to deal with. And next up, he sent out Rockruff. I mean, is your team randomized all the way? Is that how it works? I don't know. I don't know how randomized work in this game anyway. Sometimes you see random Pokemon on the route and just rotating. I don't know why. It's so weird. Yeah, I guess it's not intended. His other Pokemon was Charmeleon. Surprisingly, the original one, not the randomized one. So we took him down. Still pretty easy. He gave us an important thing. Before that, it was Fame Shaker, but this is the new version, 2.2b. So we have the Poke Rider, which is a replacement for Fly. And then I decided to get a weakness policy from the Graveler in Mount Moon, so I can take on Misty easier. And she led up with a Frogadier, so I had to give it the Mummy and tank the hit. The Orange Berry didn't matter. We got a nice damage off with Nightshade. Then we sent out Sandygast and use Hypnosis. You have to hit this. You have to hit this. Otherwise, you just lose. We hit the Hypnosis. Of course, I had to try like maybe 3 times, 4 times for that to happen. And then Bulldoze lower its speed. With the help of the Mummy, though, it's not protein anymore, so it cannot kill you with Grass Knot. If you didn't do that, it just kills you with Grass Knot. 1 hit KO. It just kills everything. 1 hit KO. And went into Pumpkaboo here after Sandygast went down. I have Mega Drain, Flame Charge, Confuse Ray, and then Leech Seed. With the help of Bulldoze, I can outspeed the Frogadier and get a speed boost from Flame Charge. And next up was Floatzel. Used Hidden Power on me, activated the weakness policy I just gave to Pumpkaboo, and just Giga Drain all the way back. Not Giga Drain, sorry, Mega Drain all the way back. And same with Starmie. Icy Wind was okay, I guess, but I just recover all the health back, and then I can just Mega Drain back. So this battle was surprisingly pretty simple. Not hacks required. It's just Hypnosis, and that's on the shooting count. So we continue on, moving to Vermilion, and then turn left or right. It depends on your perspective. We got Brandon right here. And at this point, I'm gonna abuse weakness policy as much as possible. It's so nice, randomized. You still have Thief and that Graveler in the cave, so we can get the weakness policy. I was lucky, I guess. So knocked out the Expa, Loudred, with just 1 hit, with Hornleech after weakness policy boost, and against the Grovyle, just Will Whips to lower its attack, and then combined with Hornleech, get pretty much like all health back. And next up was Corphish, who actually nearly managed to knock me out and just left with 2 HP. Next up was Lunatone, and I just Hornleech it. So Hornleech sweep, yeah, nothing to say here. This one was surprisingly easy. And now we are facing Search. I have a few problems with this. So first off, he led off with Pincursion, and then I was thinking I should store out the Electric Terrain, and just went to Sandygast to block the Volt Switch, and then back to Pumpkaboo to take the Hidden Power. I believe that was like Hidden Power Water, right? Yeah, I didn't look at the dock at that time. So Confuse Ray, hit sound Confusion twice in a row, and that's actually what I need to do. Like, there's no other way. You just Confuse Ray and pray that it get hurt in Confusion twice in a row. That the third one doesn't matter, because you just need to plant the Leech Seed. And next up, we tank the Hidden Power, activate Weakness Policy. I did say that I'm gonna use Weakness Policy as much as possible. Then 1 Rock Polish, we will be able to outspeed the Pincursion and knock it out with Bulldoze. And next up was Raichu. I clutch with 1 HP left and just kill it back with Bulldoze. Now, Vikavolt next. Use your Rock Tomb to chip it down to low HP. And after this was pretty complicated. I went into Phantom, used the Leech Seed as he roosted. At this point, I was thinking like, how do I beat this? It's so bulky. If it just keeps losing, I'm not gonna win this. So I need to make some switch around. Just switch to my resist when he used Bug Buzz, and my other resist to Energy Ball was the 2 Ghosts as part grass typing, and had to use Confuse Ray again after a while, and he hit his cell in confusion, and now I would have to hope for the confusion to happen and just hit his cell again. But one Shadow Sneak was not enough to knock out, and I assume it's gonna snap out confusion that turn anyway, so I went to Yama's Galarian to take it down with Leech Seed Diamond, because obviously it's gonna Bug Buzz that turn, or Roost. I was lucky, I guess. So finally we have the Mega Manectric. This one just kill everything. We have Flame Burst. So yeah, with a bit of luck though, I survived on 6 HP and Mega Drain back with the Weakness Policy, do some decent damage, and then Shadow Sneak was be able to enough to put the Manectric in range of the Horn Leech. Of course, still survived with 1 HP and Weakness Policy. This one was so lucky. I cannot shred that, you know, just so lucky. So right before Erica Gym, we will be able to got ourselves a Drifloon right before the city, by the way. And this was super important because like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to win without Drifloon, and I'm happy that I got Drifloon right before I battled this evil gym leader. So she led off with Rillaboom as usual, so I just gonna lead with my Drifloon and use Stockpile to bait the Sudowoodo into using Head Smash. And now just maneuvering around to go to Sandy Gas to avoid the Head Smash, and now go to Phantom on the Wood Hammer, expected. And since I'm faster, I was able to use Willow Whips to burn it and tank one more hit and get some field chip damage with Shadow Claw before going down. And then we sent out Drifloon to set up some stockpile 3 times. Absolutely, just 3 times. You can go more. I wish we can go more, like Cosmic Power Imposter or something. Yeah, so we set up 3 stockpile, and in combination with Rest and Burnt, and that Head Smash only have 5 PP. We was able to tank all of them. And then after being out of PP, she just spam Wood Hammer. So it's my chance to set up. I say set up, but it's actually Silver Wind. You have 5 PP there, and you need to get as much as possible. Not 5, of course. You just need 1, but you know, the more the merrier. Wouldn't hurt. So I got exactly what I needed, which is 1. I want more, but I just need 1. 1 boost, 1 Omni boost is all it takes. And after Sudowoodo went down, she went to Meganium. Yeah, just throw out Silver Wind, the last one, Hail Mary, and then Rest. She won't be able to knock me out anytime soon. We're just spamming Gear Drain, and eventually it's gonna run out of PP. You just have to use another move. This Gear Drain already have 10, and she spam Gear Drain at me. I'm just sleeping. Nothing to worry about. Then I woke up and used Acrobatics on the Meganium to HKO it. I have Unburdened, by the way, ability. So after losing my Weakness Policy, I can outspeed like pretty much everything, even the Superior later. So she ran out to Rillaboom later. This Rillaboom is Choice Band U-turn, by the way. It's not Sword Stance anymore because they realized that we set up a lot on the Sword Stance. So in this new version, they're gonna just cut it out. I think that makes sense. So I woke up there. Acrobatics finished off the Rillaboom. Next up was Superior, which we 2-shot with Acrobatics. So I outspeeded. Yeah, Unburdened, pretty good. Yeah, that was so specific. Drifloon, save the day. Then lastly, we have Mega Venusaur. I'm just gonna rest to avoid a sleep powder, and then I wake up with Acrobatics. Should be able to win from here. So that was pretty coincident. We got the Drifloon. But yeah, I'm happy about it. So I think I'm gonna end part 1 right here. Gonna wait for part 2 because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish it. It's quite hard because they are babies. But yeah, see you in part 2. See you in part 2, and I hope that, yeah, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna be able to finish or not.